Today is a very special day because I am going to be talking about Passion Planner. And this entire year, this Passion Planner, which was my very first Passion Planner, has come through for me. So I am just so excited to show you my other two Passion Planners for 2026. And I can tell you that this planner has been a game changer for me. This is the 2025 version of the Sunflower one. This one says, go outside, look inside. And I can tell you that this has been an incredible addition to my life. I have always been a planner girly, but I had never been consistent and had never had the chance to follow through. And I think that's because I didn't have the right planner. But this year, bro, I got the right planner, and I'm so happy with the outcome of my planning system this year. For the first time ever, I was consistent from January to December, which that's been unheard of in my life. So I am just really proud of myself that I was able to go through, and I think I was able to follow through because of a good system. So some of the things that I really appreciate about this planner, the Passion Planner, this is the weekly in medium, is all of the components that it has. So if you're new to Passion Planner, I'm gonna just do a little brief walkthrough of what it is and how to use it. And some of the things that I really appreciated about this planner specifically were the roadmap. So, well, this has a core value section. So here, basically you get to select what your priorities and your core values are for the year. In this case, mine were self-discipline, well-being, and authenticity. And I can tell you that I have practiced those three core values in my life this year. So writing it down and writing what you want your intention to be for the year has been an absolute game changer for me. And this is one of the things that gives you a list, and you identify the ones that resonate for you and what you would really like for yourself that year. So I actually went ahead and I filled that out, which again, I'm like so happy that I did that, and I can see how I had that in my life this year. And then this is the Passion Roadmap. So this Passion Roadmap is so cool and so interesting, and it really just gives you a map about how to go about your next 3 months, the next year of your life, the next 3 years of your life, and just your lifetime. It like really gives you like this bird's eye view of how you want to see your life, and you can just do anything, write anything with it. I think it's phenomenal. Some of the things that I wrote on here came true. Not all of them, but a lot of them came true. And then they have this other section, which is the Passion Plan. So it's this part here is an action plan to these lifelong goals that you wrote for yourself. And this is extra exciting and extra cool because it gives you actionable steps on a daily for you to achieve those things that you wrote there. So really cool, really amazing. I really enjoyed it. And another cool thing about this planner that I haven't seen any others to date with is you get to have a vision board. How amazing is it to have a vision board in your planner that you're carrying with you every single day, and you're reminding yourself of what you want and your intention for the year? So I think those three things at the very beginning of this planner are just game changers for me. They really made the difference, which is why I really like it. And so I, of course, also accomplished some of these things like working from home, dressing better, Havana Dice, continuing to profit on that, and all sorts of things. So I have a lot of things here that it's nice to look back onto where as of the recording of this video, it's December. So it's nice to just look back at my 2025 vision board and see those things that I wanted for myself. Self-love. I feel like I gave myself a lot of self-love this year, so on and so forth. And another little cute thing that this planner has is a monthly habit tracker. So if you like monthly habit trackers, this is great because you can identify what it is that you want, what habit you want to change every month, and you can write, and you have, how many you have? 2, 4, you have up to 6 little slots of 6 habits that you can modify and track. And for this, I did pretty well up until like August, and then that was the month before I moved back to Cape Coral, and then it kind of stopped, so I didn't really track anything. But I mean, I did a pretty good 8 months of the year of like trying to track and like reminding myself that I had some habits to track. And another cool little benefit about the Passion Planner is you have quarterly goals, which I am a huge fan of breaking down goals quarterly. That's something that I recently started doing in my life, but it's nice to see what you're looking at in an overview and then being able to break it down by quarter, because it seems a lot more feasible and a lot more doable in the year. So I started off strong with my first 4 with the first 4 quarters, and then this is for 2026. I didn't do anything for that, but I guess I still have time that I can write my quarterly goals here. The year hasn't ended yet. And then of course, just like any productive calendar, you have your monthly view, your monthly spread here. And the cool thing about this monthly spread is that you have personal monthly tasks of a to-do list, that it's really important that you accomplish those things in a monthly basis, and then work monthly tasks. So, you know, it really gets you thinking about like a general, I want to accomplish this month, I want to accomplish that this month, and then you could break it down into your weekly overview. And one of the things that I also really like about the Passion Planner is the space for infinite possibilities. All of them have it. It's really space for extra things that you can add on there. Thoughts, quotes, anything that comes to mind. Me personally, what I did was I used it for when I didn't have time to plan for the weekly. I would go in and I would summarize that week. So instead of writing it like time per time what I did, because it was like a hectic weekend, I didn't have the bandwidth to do that, I would summarize that week in that little area, and it helped me like ponder upon what I did. And it was cool because it was like a nice little journal entry almost of how that week went. And of course, this was like my first page. So highlighted, I had color coded everything. This was like the first 2 weeks of the year, and then I didn't color code anymore because this is next level. I want to be here every week, but it's really hard to maintain a color coding system. It's not for me yet. I do aspire to be a color coder, but it was really nice. And another super great thing that I love about this planner in specific, as you can tell, mine is kind of beat up. It got wet one time, and then I used these little bookmark pages here so I can remember what month. I don't know how efficient this actually was, but one of the things that I really appreciate about this planner as well, that was super effective for me in my journey, is the monthly reflection at the end. So this planner, you know, it has pre-made prompts on how your month went. So it asks you things like, what was the most memorable part of this month? Who are you super grateful for? So it kind of forces you to just look back on the month and just appreciate and be grateful for some of the things, like what were some of the challenges that you faced? How did you overcome it? What did you learn? What are you going to do differently next month? So if you truly apply it and you actually are committed to your planner and you follow the prompts and you do it, I think it's phenomenal. So those are some of the things that I truly appreciated about this planner. At the end, there's just blank pages. So maybe like because we're in the last few days, I'll do some junk journaling or do something interesting back here because I do keep all of my planners. But seeing how effective and how much this planner works for me, I could not help but buy myself not one, but two of the Passion planners. Oops, this one was al revés. Two of the Passion planners for 2026. I absolutely love the weekly, and I think it's great because it gives you an overview of the entire week, and you can really see where you have areas of free time that you can devote to maybe your business or maybe just your self-care routine, stuff that you want to accomplish. So I really do appreciate that about the weekly, and we're gonna unpack this in just a second. But I realized too that I needed a daily planner because I have to write down what I'm gonna do in a day for me to be as most productive. For me to be the most productive person that I could be, I have to write down my daily tasks. And that's one thing that if you're considering between the daily planner and the weekly planner, that you need a daily checklist, the weekly does not have that. You would need another supplemental journal to write down your entire to-do list for that day, and then you would have to think about what times you're going to be allocating that to the weekly. And that was a bit much for me. I was already using the 2 steps. I have my journal that's not pictured here, but I'm like, you know what, why not just get the daily? Get the daily, write down my entire to-do list, and then allocate the time slots in my daily. And I have a lot going on in my life. You know, I have a full-time job, I have a business, I have a home to take care of, all sorts of things. So I need different books and different systems to make it work. So that is why I'm extra excited for the daily in 2026. But for now, we're gonna do the fun unboxing part. This just came in the mail like less than an hour ago, so I'm thrilled. And I have not opened either of them, so I'm just so excited. So this is the Sapphire Gilded Magic. I absolutely love the cover. I love the texture of it, and I could not help myself but go extra bougie this year. Okay, extra bougie because clearly I'm loving this gold embellishment in between the leather feel. It feels so luxurious. It feels so nice. I mean, very different style than my 2025 one. This one was like happy and cheery, and this one's like, oh, who is that girl? Next level. So I wanted something a little more elegant for this year. I'm feeling like a transformation is coming, and I wanted that to be represented in my planner. So let's see. Oh, and this is the medium. So these two are the medium sizes. So if you're considering different sizes, I believe this also comes in small and medium and large. There's actually a larger one than this. Anything larger than this, for me, I think it's a little too much. This is super practical because it'll fit in a book bag, it'll fit in a larger purse. So I actually really like the medium size. There's like enough space to write. I feel like it's sufficient. Sometimes the larger ones, it's like, oh, what do I do with all that space? You know, so I don't really know. But I'm not gonna go and power through this planner because we already went through the 2025. It's exactly the same layout. But I do really love it. Oh, and they have little quotes every week that you can reflect, and also like little weekly prompts that you can do. So this one, we know how it looks like. We already went through it. I'm extra excited to use it. It is undated. No, actually, no, this one is dated. So this one actually is for 2026. The daily one is undated. So you can really start your journal, your daily planner any time of the year. So you don't have to worry about meeting a specific date like this one. However, you do have that option. So if you're considering it, those are two things that are different. But let's check the daily. Okay, so this one just matches the other one. They're both, I think they're like sister planners as far as the cover. This one's the Evergreen Gilded Magic. It has the beautiful gold embellishments as well, but it's just in green. So I really, really like this one. It feels so enchanted and almost like a little, it reminds me of a fairy garden situation. And both of them at the back says open minds lead to open doors, which my mind is very open this year. So let's see the daily. I've never seen a daily before. Oh gosh. Okay, so I already love the beginning. So the very first page, already different. It says a little note to self. I am blank, I will blank, and I am becoming blank. So that is so cute. I can't wait to fill that out again with the intentions of what you want to do for the year. And see, that's the very first page. I can see here we have similar workflows. Okay, here you have free space inspiration. So it gives you free space to grow. And it gives you kind of like ideas of what to do with this blank space. So very cute, very, very cute. It says just start. So the date you started it, the date you completed your planner. So I love that. It's an opening, it's a closing, it's beautiful. Okay, so here we also have your passion roadmap and your game changer. So pretty much exactly how the weekly has, which is very nice. So in case you have a lot of things going on in different categories in your life, I think this would be good to set intentions for maybe your business. Like let's say you have a business, it would be good to like use one for your business and then use one for your personal life or your passion project or whatever it is you want to plan. Okay, oh my gosh, I see differences. So I see here a full-on yearly calendar view from the 1st to the 31st. So I've seen this before. I've never personally used this for myself, but I've seen other people use it, and normally what they do is like they'll put really important dates on here and like they'll highlight it, and then that's for them to not forget. I don't know if I personally like this. This is a little overwhelming to me right now, but I think I have to see a little bit more videos to see how to practically use this. So, and if you're a user of this type of layout, let me know in the comments below how your preferred method to use it, because I would really love to see how other people use this. So, okay, so this is exciting. It looks very similar to the weekly one. This is the monthly view. You have your personal, you have your work projects. You just write in the month that you're using it. So that's cool because it's nice to have it all in one place. Oh, look at this. This is different. Okay, a self check-in. What's on your mind, memorable moments, accomplishments I'm proud of, I've grown, biggest lessons. Wow. And then a game changer goal, so that's pretty cool. Interesting. All right, look at that. So there's several of that. Okay, is that how this looks? All right, so I guess the beginning is just some of these self check-ins. I think it's like, it gives you the monthly all together. So that's very interesting. I didn't think it was going to be this way. I thought it was going to be a little different. So I guess these pages in the front are for your year. So like the monthly calendar view. Okay. In the weekly, you have it like it's your month, and then you have your to-dos, and then you have your monthly reflection, and then you go to the next month. But in this daily, it's interesting because you have all your months in in the beginning. So that's pretty neat. I wonder how that's gonna feel when I go ahead and plan. Okay, and then this is the actual part about your daily planner, which is interesting. So here, which I'm so excited about, your day starts at 5 a.m. and it ends at 11 o'clock at night. That's perfect for my schedule because part of my resolutions this year is to wake up a little earlier so I can maximize my time. So 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. sounds like a beautiful schedule. You can get a lot done there. And here you have your focus of the day, your game changer goal, personal work, some free space, self-maintenance, best thing that happened today. Today I learned X, today in one word. So it has a little like reflection at the end of the day, and then space of infinite possibility. So here you could really write your to-do list. You could write everything that you have to do, and then you can transfer that over to your time right there, which is what I'm really looking forward to, because again, in the weekly, you're unable to have the space for your to-do list. So, and it's not just to-do lists, you could also like write notes, you could write all sorts of things. Like if you want a meal plan, you can write your like meals for the day, also like pop it in there, like super cool. So that's really exciting and what I'm looking forward to the most. So pretty much all of this is that. And let's see if there's any little bonus pages. Okay, so you have even more space to write. So I think part of the benefit of the daily is really if you have a lot to write, you have a lot on your mind, you can put it there, you can schedule it, and you could side by side work with your weekly and your daily into one. So bonus, we have little stickers in the back. So all of these have little pockets too. So you could put notes or you can keep a pen in there. So it's always with you. And usually they do give you like little stickers. I think the weekly one has stickers too. So I love stickers. Stickers are really fun to use in your planners. Stickers, colors, cutting, all sorts of stuff. So all right, so this is my little daily and weekly Passion Planner haul. If you are a Passion Planner fan, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your planning journey. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a wonderful year ahead.